Hello everyone, welcome to Energy Circle's VSPTenneti channel, mitraaya namaha. This is part number 8 in the Sarva Ratna Sundaram series. He will make you breathless. Ratnalila got back to his bedroom and scrolled through his laptop files. He had never spent much time in Hyderabad, though it was his native place. His parents took him to Hyderabad for a week or two during his summer holidays until he was in 3rd grade. Ratnalila did not recall anything about his grandfather. However, he recalled spending time with his grandmother, although it felt like a blurred memory. He remembered the thrilling and enchanting bedtime stories his grandmother told him. Though he spent very few days with her, he felt deep warmth and connection to her. She was generous, humorous, and a strong lady with a mysterious power to herself. Apart from that, Ratnalila did not recall talking to or meeting any of his relatives, because he had spent most of his life in Delhi. Ratnalila spent the next few hours searching and seeing as many family photos as he had on his laptop. After a few hours, Ratnalila opened a new tab on his laptop and searched for gemstones. He felt very drawn towards these magical glitters. What could these be? How are they so powerful? Who even discovered this? Many questions ran a marathon in Ratnalila's mind. Imagine a paper where all the secrets of your life are revealed on it. However, just before you got that sheet and started reading, it started raining heavily and the sheet got soaked in water for 10 seconds. All you can see after that is the ink smudge and a few blurred words in front of your eyes. The excitement you felt when the mysteries of your life came to your hand, and the disappointment you felt when everything just got erased. This is exactly how Ratnalila felt. However, he knew that knowing and learning as much as possible about the gemstones would bring him closer and closer to the truth. Ratnalila recalled Bhargav's Rosser Reeves Star Ruby story. He knew spending as much time as possible with Bhargav could help him learn more about these gemstones. So, he decided to meet Bhargav once again the next morning. When Ratnalila got up, it was 8 a.m. already. He showered and got fresh and went to have his breakfast. He looked at the front desk and could not find Bindumala. So, he went straight to the restaurant. Ajay smiled heartily at Ratnalila and walked towards him. Ajay greeted, "Good morning, sir. How are you doing?" Ratnalila felt happy. "Oh, I am doing great, Ajay. How are you? What special dish has Bindumala madam told you for today?" Ajay laughed. "So nice of you to ask, sir. I am doing fine too. And Bindumala madam will come during the noon. So, as of now, we are serving a breakfast buffet you can enjoy. Or, if you have something in mind, you can tell me, sir." Ratnalila felt delighted. "Are you from Hyderabad, Ajay?" Ajay shook his head. "Oh, no, sir. I am from Karnataka." Ratnalila nodded. "Wow. Then what dishes are famous in Karnataka that you would recommend? I would love to try new dishes while I am here, Ajay." "You do not have to tell me what you will prepare. Surprise me and then tell me what the dish is. Today, for lunch, you can prepare something special for me." Ajay was excited. "That will be a pleasure to me, sir. I am so happy that we bond over food. I will see What special dishes I can cook for you? Ratnalila enjoyed his breakfast buffet and then hovered around for a short walk. He then came to the jewel shop to find Bhargav. Ratnalila felt slightly disappointed as Bhargav was not there. He walked closer to the shelf with so many gemstones displayed and carefully watched each of them when a voice interrupted him. Bhargav spoke enthusiastically. "Good morning, Ratnalila sir." Ratnalila felt excited. "Very good morning, Bhargav. I am glad to see you. Did you have your breakfast?" Bhargav felt so humbled. "Thank you for asking, sir. Yes, I had my breakfast in the morning. Did you have, sir?" Ratnalila smiled. "Yes, Bhargav. Your hotel serves very delicious food, I must say." Bhargav was in a state of bliss. "Oh, it's our pleasure, sir." Ratnalila continued. "I was just curious about gemstones, Bhargav. You said your father is interested in gemology. So, could you share a few more stories of gemstones with me?" Bhargav was surprised. "Ratnalila sir, I am so happy you are interested. In this busy world, not many people care to know about the magnanimous stories of these powerful gifts we have received from Mother Earth. Even my father says that people do not pay attention to such tremendous things. They ignore the fact that though these gemstones are so small, yet they have the power to alter our lives in ways we do not even dream of." Bhargav looked into his bag and took out a transparent stick file. It had around 70 to 80 pages in it. Ratnalila could not see the contents of the file. However, he could see a few pages with exuberant colored gemstone pictures as Bhargav moved his hands to pack his bag. Bhargav then put the file on the table and asked Ratnalila, "Sir, you don't look so. Still, are you married?" Ratnalila blushed. "Not yet, Bhargav. Why do you ask?" Bhargav beamed. "Sir, you will know when you listen to this gemstone story." Bhargav opened a page with a transparent, bright, red-colored gemstone and continued to speak. "Gemstones are so special, sir, and love stories are very memorable too. But what is fascinating is when there is a beautiful union of both." In 1930, they mined a beautiful ruby stone in the Mogok region of Burma, Myanmar. As it is not a secret, once such a magnificent gemstone is introduced to the world, many royal families owe it to themselves for generations. Similarly, even this ruby stone was in private hands. Mr. Peter Buck, the founder of the Subway food joint, was also a physicist, and his wife, Mrs. Carmen Lucia Buck, was very fond of gemstones and a philanthropist in medical research. She learned from one of the famous jewelers, Frank Cappiello, that this gorgeous ruby from Burma might come to the market sometime during 2002 or 2003. It was also the year Mrs. Carmen Lucia suffered from cancer and her health constantly deteriorated. As a collector of jewels and gemstones, Mrs. Carmen Lucia knew how powerful they could be and how they could magically heal a person's illness. She hoped and expressed her desire to purchase this Burmese ruby when it arrives in the market and recover from the cancer that she had been fighting. Bhargav paused sadly, and Ratnalila curiously asked, "Wow, did she recover from cancer when she got the ruby gemstone?" Bhargav took a deep breath. "No, sir. Unfortunately, Mrs. Carmen Lucia died before she even saw the gemstone. Mr. Peter Buck loved her so much that when the gemstone arrived in the market, he purchased it and then donated it to the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. as a sweet memory of love for his wife. He named it Carmen Lucia Ruby, and even to this day, this gemstone glitters as the symbol of love at the Smithsonian Institute. Ratnalila felt so touched. Oh, that is such a heart-melting story, Bhargav. Bhargav responded, yes, sir. Carmen Lucia Ruby is in the form of a ring, and it is one of the finest and largest faceted rubies from Burma. Also, it is 23 carats with what they call Pigeon blood red color. As I told you, rubies belong to the family of corundum, and a pure corundum is colorless. The perfect red color and transparency are because of the small amount of chromium impurities in it. Bhargav continued. The year the gemstone was donated to the Smithsonian Institute, they say that they arranged for a private visit to Connecticut where Mr. Buck and his family admired the beauty of this gemstone. Before Bhargav could speak further, other customers walked into the jewel shop. Ratnalila signaled Bhargav to carry on. Thank you so much for narrating such an adorable story, Bhargav. Let's meet again later. Bhargav shook Ratnalila's hands, delighted to share his interest with Ratnalila. He smiled and attended to the other customers in his shop. Ratnalila returned to his room and watched the photos of Carmen Lucia Ruby in awe. He also went through his work emails and responded to all of them. Ratnalila did not realize it was already 3:30 p.m. He recalled his lunch promise to Ajay, so he got freshened up and went to the restaurant. Ratnalila was surprised that there were not many people buzzing at the restaurant like usual. He saw only one man at a table looking through his diary and having food. He looked handsome with a blue blazer, neatly combed hair, an elegant watch, and a huge green gemstone ring on his right hand ring finger. While Ratnalila observed him as he walked into the restaurant, the man looked at him too. Ratnalila felt an intense emotion piercing through his heart. His gaze was so sharp and drawing into him that Ratnalila could not maintain eye contact and looked away. Ratnalila sat at a table opposite this man and did his best to breathe normally. To Ratnalila's comfort, he saw Bindumala walking towards him from the restaurant. However, the man stopped her and spoke something to her. They both smiled and Bindumala continued to walk towards Ratnalila. Bindumala looked charming. Good afternoon, sir. Ajay told me that you have asked for Karnataka-based cuisines. Ajay is pleased to prepare some unique dishes for you. Shall I ask Ajay to serve you the lunch, or do you need some time, sir? Ratnalila felt glad that Bindumala was present when he felt uncomfortable yet drawn to this man sitting across his table. There was no one else in the restaurant. Ratnalila smiled. I am happy to meet you, Bindumala. How are you doing today? I would like to have my lunch now. Bindumala nodded. I am doing very well. Thank you for asking, sir. I shall inform Ajay about the lunch. And she went back to the kitchen while acknowledging the man again. The man looked at Ratnalila and smiled. Ratnalila gasped for breath but smiled back with a lot of effort. Who was this man? Thought Ratnalila. Ajay and Bindumala walked from the kitchen with a tray. They spoke about something as they walked towards Ratnalila. Ajay served the food and spoke. Sir, I have prepared an exceptional dish which you get only in one place in Bangalore. Though they have their secret recipe, I did my best to prepare something that could taste like that so you could enjoy it. Bindumala smiled as Ajay served a pot of steaming hot rice with lentils and vegetables which smelled delicious. He even served some pickles and fried chips to eat with the dish. And all this was served on a plate with banana leaf neatly cut in the shape of the plate. Ratnalila felt glad about the joy and efforts that Ajay had put in for him. Bindumala nodded at Ajay and he went on to attend to the other people. She spoke, "Is there anything else you would like along with this, like salad or juice?" Ratnalila took a spoonful of the delicious dish and tasted it. "Wow, this is so tasty, Bindumala. It is hot, spicy, slightly tangy and rich with spices. I love it and I do not need anything else with this. May I know the name of this dish?" Bindumala graciously replied, "This is called Bisibele Huli Anna, sir. This is one of the specialty dishes in Karnataka. If you require anything, I am right around the corner." Ratnalila hesitated, still asked, "Bindumala, can I ask you something if you don't mind?" Bindumala nodded. "Sure, sir. Is everything alright?" Ratnalila spoke slowly. Why are there no people in the restaurant except that man and me?" Bindumala was confused. "Sorry? Don't you know that man, sir? Or are you being modest not to reveal that such a big celebrity is your friend?" Ratnalila raised his eyebrows. "Is he the same celebrity that Sanju told me about?" Bindumala was baffled. "Of course, sir. I am confused. You are asking me this. He is one of the most adorable, down-to-earth and simple men I have met. No one can believe he is such a big celebrity. As he was here for lunch, we had to complete our orders and empty the restaurant to avoid the crowd of people and press around him." Ratnalila did not understand. "Then how come you let me to have my lunch here?" Bindumala stared at him. "Sir, are you sure you are not humoring me?" Ratnalila nodded in confirmation and Bindumala continued. "He told me to let you be here as you are his dearest friend, and he also ordered your favorite carrot halwa and asked us to serve you that after lunch." The man looked at Ratnalila and smiled. Ratnalila felt speechless and perplexed. He swallowed his chalk and asked, "How does he know that carrot halwa is my favorite?" Bindumala looked bewildered. She did not understand what was happening. By then, the man called Bindumala and she went to attend to him. He spoke to her loud enough that Ratnalila could hear him. "You asked me about my gemstone ring in the morning. Do you remember, my dear Bindumala?" Bindumala smiled brightly. "Yes, sir. I was curious about the secret of your ring that draws so much attention to it." The man rotated the huge, green, sparkling gemstone and replied, "Every gemstone has its own mystical mysteries attached to it. It depends on how eager you are to dig deep and unravel those secrets." He then looked at Ratnamala and continued, "The answers to the Ratnas and the Leela behind them are hidden deep within you. It runs through generations of family history." Ratnalila felt suffocated to breathe and got drawn into this man as he spoke further. "Have faith. The path is laid out for you. It is time to be brave and walk the path. You are exactly where you should be." Saying so, the man looked at Bindumala, who was in tears, and folded her hands. It is a blessing to be in the presence of such an eminent astrologer, sir. Thank you. The man smiled compassionately and got up to leave. Ratnalila was dumbfounded. The man walked beside Ratnalila and tapped his shoulder while leaving. Bindumala and Ajay looked at Ratnalila in surprise, and Ratnalila felt like he was sucked into some mystical world where everything was unknown and uncertain. Who was this man who looked like a handsome actor but was an astrologer in reality? How did he know Ratnalila though they had never met before? What was so intense about how he looked at Ratnalila and called him his friend? Could he be the answer to all the questions Ratnalila had, or will he also become an unanswered question in his quest? Stay tuned with us as the answers gradually unfold before you in time. That's all for this episode. Bye for now.